Dear friends, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Some of you, I would ask our moderators to activate the chat so that we could get the feedback from our colleagues. And please feedback to me with a rating 1 to 10 to rate how you hear and see me. I see a lot of 10s. Very good. Okay, guys, are you ready? It's a very special webinar today. The internal feeling is similar to when we were launching Dexnet, about the same. And I see that in terms of the token value dynamics, the feeling is about the same. It's already 0.061, right? When we were writing that the exchange rate at the level of 3 cents, 4 cents, guys, that's the matter of the past. That's how it's happening. Now we are broadcasting in 2 languages, in English and in Russian. Now, friends, hello everyone. Hello, Igor. Good evening, family. People are writing to us. Yes, we're already part of their family. Yes, indeed. And when I was moving from one room to another, I heard that Alexey said that he has a very special feeling. It feels like for the first time. Indeed, it's very emotional. Like it's really, we're doing something for the first time. It's really cool. And I realized that whoever is with us today, you have the same feeling. And people are very emotional today. It's really of great value, something of value that we're launching today. And it is going to be fun and interesting today. Anyway, the first part will tell you what we're doing, what we're planning to do, how it's going to work. We're going to showcase it, show you the actual tutorial or the instruction how to do that, and then we'll tell you how to buy it. Because many people have been, flooding our chats with this question, but today we'll tell you everything. And we'll tell you when exactly it's going to be launched. Okay. Now, Alexey, shall we start? Yes. I guess we can go through our presentation first and tell people about validation, how it works, who needs that, what it's for, what can happen out of it, what is needed to become a validator, and most important question for many people, when. When there will be a button, magic button, by pressing which you can become a validator. Good luck to validators, they're writing. Yes. I think whoever becomes validator can consider themselves lucky. Yes, just a sec. I'm going to share my slides. Here it is. And it's on. Okay. Shall we start with the most important thing? First, let's tell guys how the blockchain will work, why we need validators, how they're going to make money, because these are seemingly simple questions, but they might be quite complicated for some people. And moreover, many people are prepared to bolster this idea by becoming validators. But today we're going to go deep into this subject matter and tell you about the blockchain, how it's going to work, and how validation will work, and how we're planning to develop it. So, Alexey, let's start with blockchain. Let's tell our partners and clients what it's all about, and so that people would be on the same frequency with us. Okay, thank you. In a couple of words, what is blockchain? Blockchain is a technology that protects data from faking, or that would be the end of story in one sentence. What kind of data can be different? And many people take blockchain as something related to cryptocurrencies only. No, cryptocurrency is just one of the derivatives of blockchain technology, because based on blockchain technology, people generate all sorts of things. And you need to understand that cryptocurrency is something that became known. It's a new buzzword, something that people are using now in their lives, but there are other deeper and more interesting derivatives of blockchain. In other words, blockchain is just one of the technologies. At the moment, it is the most cutting edge technology in the world, which protects data from being counterfeited. And for blockchain to exist, special nodes are developed or created. Nodes are like hubs or points which facilitate the existence of blockchain technology. And nodes usually are quite powerful computers, even servers, which are located in data centers. All is well and good, but one thing that a server is physically located in a data center, and thus this location makes it physically vulnerable. To minimize these risks, we have developed such a blockchain which works on low power nodes. What is a low power nodes? This is the small hexagon that most of you own and have it plugged at home and generate DEX nodes, DEX tokens. So these DEX nodes do not only generate data, but they validate blockchain transactions. In other words, they confirm those transactions to make sure that those transactions are not counterfeited. Based on our blockchain, we're planning to deploy all sorts of services, and based on our blockchain, we'll be creating our native coin. This is not a token, it is a native coin based on our blockchain. What is the difference between coin and token? For instance, now we have Dexnet token. This is a token which builds on Binance Smart Chain blockchain. And the native coin, not the token, but Binance Smart Chain native coin is BNB. So to have a transaction of our token from one wallet to another, we have to pay the commission. And the commission is always paid in a mother native coin and BNB. Now imagine the situation when we have, say, validators of, say, Binance Smart Chain who help confirming transactions and approve them. And for that, they are charged a commission. For instance, we do a transaction in Dexnet token and we pay with certain number of BNBs as a commission. And some of this BNB goes to validators for helping confirming these transactions. Now we have a new blockchain that is about to be deployed. What is the difference between this blockchain from hundreds or even thousands of blockchains existing in the world? The main difference is that its scalability and ability to be deployed on low power nodes. In other words, our blockchain works without any data centers. It works because transactions are being approved by our DEX nodes, which are by definition low-powered computers located at our homes. So blockchain is deployed on low-power nodes, which are totally decentralized and located on almost 70 countries of the world. And second thing is that the blockchain works lightning fast and it is scalable. Each next node entering the network increases the number of transactions per second. And in our plans, we are planning to sell about 4,000 keys for validation rights. The keys is something that gives you the right to appoint your DEX node as a validation node in our Dexnet chain. For your DEX node approving those transactions, validating them, you get a cut of the commission. What do? In order to abandon this powerful high heat servers, which are so hot that they heat up water, now we deploy it on low powered nodes. What does it give us? It gives us an opportunity to get 90% from all the transactions, from all the commissions on transactions within blockchain. We keep them and we distribute them through the 3,000 validation DEX nodes. Now we're going to sell a first package of 500 validation keys. We will sell it in batches. Why? Because first we'll issue only first batch of such validation keys to see how it can be improved. Maybe there are some bugs that need to be chased out. If we sell right away all 3,000 keys, then it would be hard to react to problems. We'll see how quickly the market reacts to it, how quickly they were sold. We'll see how they act in tests. And after that, we'll decide to sell another batch. That's why those people who won't make it, who won't be able to buy the first batch, don't worry, you'll get a chance to do it again. There might be another condition at a different price, but 90% of all the transactions are equally distributed among all validation anyway. It is true for all, but the price of the key might be different in future. So we were not planning originally to sell our keys through marketing companies. But as long as we started to receive requests from the marketing company leaders and many guys who are developing marketing plans, of course, we decided to please them. If they want to, okay, you're welcome. That's why we are starting our sales through our marketing companies. How is it going to be organized? Through the marketing company, you buy a key. With that key, you go to your personal cabinet in Dexnet.1. In Dexnet.1, you punch in this API key, and you will have to put into staking 30,000 tokens. This 30,000 tokens will be in staking throughout the whole period of your validation stint. If at a certain moment in time you want to withdraw this 30,000 tokens, only one token out of 30,000, you'll have only 29,999 left. You will stop being a validator. You will no longer will be eligible to be validator. If you want to return that function of the validation to your DEX node, it will be possible only if there will be an empty or vacant slot for that. I will explain what I mean. As an example of with the 500 keys, imagine a situation. We have sold a total of 500 keys. I don't know how quickly we'll sell them out in 1 hour, 2 hours, in a week. Okay, they're sold out. Okay, now all other people would want to become a validator, and they won't have such an opportunity until we open up a new batch for sale. And if somebody loses the validation slot, either they haven't activated their key or they haven't staked their 30,000 tokens, but somebody else did it, and all 500 slots are busy. And a person with 500 API, with his API key is left idle, not doing anything. And if somebody occupied his slot, then he'll have to wait for this slot to be vacated. It can be vacated only if somebody takes their tokens from the staking. An important thing, it's not the staking which people are used to understand under the word of staking. When you stake tokens and get certain percentage every month, there is no percentage from the staking because it's not really staking. It's more like a reservation or provisioning for validation rights. As soon as you take out the staking, your validation rights are off. And this is a zero risk for you. In other words, if at a certain moment in time you see that the nodes do not bring you enough profit, you can always decide to take out those tokens and sell them on the exchange or pay some services with them. But if you decide to return that validation right to you, you'll have to wait until somebody else does the same, and this slot will be vacated. Moreover, the conditioning for token validation will be changing with each batch. Now we'll be selling it at the condition of putting a stake in, say, 30,000 tokens. Later on, there will be other conditions. And to be honest with you, one will already have, we'll be selling 3,000 ski, much more token requirement will be put forward there. So if you take out your tokens and lose your slot now and return back in the second or third batch, or when we'll be selling the last API key, you can occupy your key, no problem. You won't have to buy a validation key for that. But the tokens for staking you will need much more than 30,000 tokens. For instance, now to participate in the validation of BNB, you need to buy tokens or to buy BNB coins for $2.5 million per validator. Can you add something, Igor? Yes. On the tangent of what you started talking about, let's look at the blockchain, and we showed the rates for validators in different companies. Just look at these rates. So these are the blockchains, and this is the requirement of staked coins, and this is the equivalent in dollars. Now you can see the numbers: 83,000, 25,000, 90,000, 410,000, 100,000, 12,000, and $3 million for ton. You need to have $3 million to become a validator. Try to imagine what kind of amount it is. Moreover, you need to have a very high power equipment, which costs alone from $3,500 to $8,000. You see, this is the pricing at the moment. They also were starting from something just like us. We're at the very start of this blockchain business, and everyone stands a very good chance to become a blockchain validator, a full-fledged validator of this blockchain, which is going to be deployed in the next 10 years, which is going to be scaled up and new projects are going to be attached to it. That's why it is very important to understand what's happening on the market, and only after that you can move over to what we have. But in principle, if we take our blockchain, see what's happening there, pricing here if you buy 30,000 tokens, but still you won't be able to get a cut from the commission, just like described by Alexey. 90% is going to be distributed among validators, but there will be yet another unique thing, that 20% from all the operational profit. What is operational return of profit? We're going to deploy our projects on our blockchain. We're going to list tokens, do smart contracts, all sorts of other activities on the blockchain done by us or other companies. Everything brings additional profit to the blockchain, and we're prepared to allocate from all of that 20% for validators. In the beginning, it might be quite modest numbers, but in future, it might turn into serious income. And I repeat, we have a limited number of validators. Just try to compare it. And this is a huge difference between other blockchains and our blockchain. I would have added this to what Alexey said. There is yet another thing mentioned here. I will explain now how it is going to work. When a person gets his key through the marketing company, they simply go to Dexnet.1 and they follow an instruction. And we're going to show you this instruction. And Alexey is going to tell you what it is important to be mindful of to make no mistakes. So you can follow the slides, Alexey. First thing, as soon as we open up our API key sale, at the same time, you can enter your personal cabinet of the marketing company. I guess marketing companies have prepared their instructions. I know this already. They have prepared their instructions on how to do that. And those tokens or those API keys are going to be distributed among the leaders in your companies. You do a very simple action. You simply make the payment in return for the payment, you get a validation key, which is a set of numbers and letters. That's what you need. You go then to your personal cabinet in Dexnet.1. You select which one of your Dex nodes you're going to appoint as a validation node. If you have a number of these Dex nodes against each one of them, you can see this potential button, activate validation. You click on activate validation, and it opens up a new interface where you add your validation key, the key that you bought in the personal cabinet of one of the marketing companies. After clicking on next, you get a form for staking. In other words, you have to put your tokens into stakings. And for that, you need 30,000 tokens. See here, 29,997. You shouldn't do that. You must have exactly 30,000 tokens. So after sending 30,000 tokens to this wallet, these tokens are put into staking and your activation function is activated. Another important thing to remember, first, you have to make the payment in a single transaction and put all 30,000 tokens in one fell swoop. If you do it through the commission, be mindful that commission can take one token as a commission. Make sure that you put all 30,000 with one transaction. 30,000 with one transaction. If you split into a number of transactions, if you put less or more than 30,000, then you will lose your slot. This money won't be recognized or validated. You will lose time. Of course, we'll try to help you through the tech support and those people who do everything correctly, and you might miss the great opportunity. So please remember what can happen if you bought an API key in marketing company, but in the course of 24 hours, you haven't entered Dexnet.1 and didn't activate it and didn't transfer 30,000 tokens, then your slot will be taken by somebody else. You lose it. You still have API key. You won't be able to return API key because the sale through a marketing company is final, and part of the payment for the API key is done into the marketing plan, and people might already withdraw and spend this money. So it's very unlikely that API keys will be reclaimed by marketing companies. I cannot speak on their behalf, of course, but judging from pure logic, it's more likely that they won't buy it back. So if you miss this opportunity, it's not critical, more important that you still have API key. And later, when the second batch will be put on sale, you'll be able to activate it again and place your 30,000 or whatever number of tokens will be required for the second batch. Anyway, we're on your side and we'll help you with that. There's nothing too difficult here. First, you buy API key, go to the personal cabinet in Dexnet.1. Within 24 hours, you must do this, since paying for the API key, and activate it there. And in the same place, you must place or stake 30,000 tokens. That's how you activate your validation rights. How do you understand that validation has been activated? You will see such a purple colored inscription, validation enabled, which means that your validation rights have been enabled. So as simple as that. Super. It's like 1, 2, 3 action. You buy the key, you go to the Dexnet personal cabinet. It's most important not to make any silly mistakes, not putting, say, 29,999 tokens. Consider commissions and everything so that you send to put in staking exactly 30,000 tokens so that the system reacts automatically to that, so you don't have to write to the tech support. It's important for you. This way you will save time and energy to yourself and us. As soon as you see validation enabled, it means that everything is okay. If suddenly you decide to take away or withdraw your 30,000 tokens, there will be a different button here. It won't say enabled anymore. It will say what, validation disconnected or something else. I don't know how it is going to be called. That will simply mean that validation rights are no longer yours, and you will have to put a new batch of tokens to reactivate it. Okay. I would like to show you one more slide, because in the past 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, we have had a very active growth on token, and many people are watching it. Many people are asking questions and so on and so forth. Actually, we were warning people about that, and we'll keep warning them that whatever we do here is going to push the price up, push the value of the token up. What you see on the screen has happened over the past 1 month. In just 1 month alone, the token's value has grown by 64%. You can see it with your own eyes from the exchange. This is today's screenshot. It is already 0.061, higher than that. So it's only the beginning. Some people might think that after that, it will drop back down. Of course, there might be some small correction, but the general trend will remain the same. And what we do here will continue to maintain the value of the token, and will keep helping and reinforcing it, and reinforcing its stability on the market. Because all services developed, the biggest advantage in the crypto industry is when token is not simply bought to be resold, but there is some value attached to it. And the fact that you can pay for services with token and get 20% discount if you pay with tokens, this is a huge value. This is a factor of stability and reliability of token, because at any moment in time you can pay for something with this token, and we are prepared to accept tokens as the means of payment. That's our strategy. We don't have enough of it. We're prepared to accept it. On the other hand, we are prepared to pump it up with money to give you services, but we are ready to accept it as the means of payment because we need it and we find it interesting. We want to get token in return. And for the market, it is a huge advantage. And when everybody realizes this, and when traders will start to realize this, they will see what's going on, and will happen very soon. You can't even imagine what's going on behind the scenes in terms of the to be organized event for 1,000 people, large-scale event. This is a huge, momentous thing for all of us. We'll be celebrating our first anniversary, but it will also be a new start for us, for the blockchain, a new start for the new stage in the development of our company and the token. And we didn't talk about this throughout the year. Only now we start showing the added value of this token, and we're prepared to boost it up. You might have seen how the token's value has been growing over the past few months, and there are some actions related to it. People come and buy it. This is good, and we are having fun with that, because this is very important in business like this, to have an understanding that there is some stability, and we're not trying to make a crazy pump of the value. No, this is not our ultimate purpose. We were discussing with Alexey that we want to see a stable and organic growth dynamics, to see that it's growing. Even disregarding past month, in the past 8-9 months, we've had a fourfold increase in the value, which is very serious for a token like that. You can draw your own conclusions and decide whether you need to sell your token now, or wait a bit, or buy a new Dex node for yourself. Just try to think how valuable this token will be in another 12 months, and think that you have a DEX node that generates tokens for you. This will be very sizable income for you to decide, of course, but everything is highly visible. That's what I wanted to add about this, about the token. Yes, thank you, Igor. Okay, guys, now about the launch, how to arrange it. Okay, look, today we have organized this webinar to show you how we're going to organize it. Let's take another 24 hours, and tomorrow at what time? At 7? Okay, tomorrow, same time, that would be 8 p.m. Dubai time or 7 p.m. Moscow time. That's when we're going to activate our validation key sales. That's enough time for the marketing companies to deliver these instructions to all. Some people are writing, I'll be crossing the border at that time. No. Make sure you'll be in the right place at the right time. Another thing, it will be another opportunity for the marketing companies to test their functionalities, to make sure that there is, God forbid, not such a story that somebody in the marketing company's system doesn't work while they're looking at what's going on with the tech support. Two other marketing companies will buy out all the keys. So for them to test this operation. I'm getting the feedback from marketing companies. They're saying that there are some bugs that they need to test further. That is why, once again, let's get ready, read the instructions, and tomorrow marketing companies will do all the prep work with the instructions again, so that you will be absolutely ready for that. And we'll do it. Time now. Let's repeat the time. It will be 8 p.m. Dubai time tomorrow. Ukraine, Russia, that would be 1 hour earlier. That would be 7 p.m. Kazakhstan, guys, it's closer to nighttime for you, right? People are asking question, who are these marketing companies? Guys, there are marketing companies. You must know them. Those are the guys who are developing Dexnet technology. They're the companies who have endorsed it and who are with us, walking hand in hand. Guys, whoever in this chat are participating in one or another marketing company. That's why I believe that's an advantage for all of you. Many people, I also get a feedback from the morning. My phone keeps ringing. I want to be part of it. I want to be part of it. For such people, they still have 24 hours to get ready. And tomorrow, it might be a very good story for everybody to make sure that you don't miss this opportunity. Please verify all your wallets, that you have all the tokens in the right place, so that everything is ready for tomorrow. I hope. So keep the ultra ready. And I'm sure that marketing companies will make their own closed announcements or live webinars or broadcasts with their teams and tell their teams about this opportunity. It will be a hot day tomorrow. So let's take one more day for the preparation, because we want to make sure that everybody's happy. One day is not going to change anything for anyone, but it will give everybody quality time to get ready for that. And we'll get the right feedback from everyone. We are doing our best for you guys. And we're going to prepare everybody for tomorrow. Then I'm reading the chat feedback. Some guys are getting gray hair already. The most interesting comment was from Adolf. 3 angry smile faces. Angry Adolf, right? Okay, guys, look, whatever is going on here is for the best. You need to understand that the last webinar I spoke about it openly. It's very important for all three marketing companies to launch this sale simultaneously. Somebody was asking about marketing companies. I will tell you about this. There is a company, Dexnet, as an example. Dexnet is a developer of technology and the Dexnode hardware. Dexnet as a company does not sell anything. We're just developing the technology. We are assisted here by three marketing companies, three absolutely different, unrelated companies with different marketing plans, different ideologies, different vibes, and everything. And it is important for us to start the sales simultaneously in all marketing companies. At the last webinar, I said that should one of the marketing companies is not ready for the sale, we'll have to postpone it for another day. We see that some of them are experiencing difficulties and they need more quality time to prepare it. So we postponed the launch for tomorrow. There is still time to prepare. I see only advantages with that. Those people who are already ready, they're super good. It will give you more time to make sure that you're absolutely ready. Others will chase out their bugs and study the instructions and launch whatever is needed to be launched. So guys, if you have some questions now about the validation right, please ask them because we have 20 more minutes. We'll answer your questions so that you approach that decision about validation tomorrow with a more educated decision. Enough with the waiting time. Okay. We are creating the tension here, right? There are three companies. There are Dex Freedom, Yellow Mind, and Profix One. For instance, we managed to buy Validator, but while I was putting my tokens into staking, somebody else has occupied the slot. Or is it still open for me for 24 hours? Look how it works. We open up the sales. We have a timer starting for 24 hours. First, we're not going to sell more than 500 keys in the first 500 hours. You bought it. Everything has been reserved for you. 24 hours pass. And we understand that since the buying of the last 500 key, still there's 24 hours have passed and the person hasn't activated it. And the slot has been deactivated. And we understand that this purchase has come from one of the marketing companies. And in that marketing company, they open up another key for the sale, which since its buying time will be activated for another 24 hours, there might be a situation when we will sell not 500 by 501 or 505 keys. What will be the story with those extra 1 or 5 guys who have bought their validation keys, but because of different reasons haven't validated them within 24 hours? For instance, it has happened and they didn't manage to activate it within 24 hours. They still keep their key, but the slot for the validation right has been occupied by other people. Those people who are quick enough and have used their right, have used that right on time. You still keep the key and you'll be able to activate and apply it for the next transaction. We'll open up a new batch of validation keys for sale. You'll be able to activate them then. Okay, I suggest you sell it to those people who are ready to buy. It will be a wrong thing to do because we'll sell it in 1 or 2 marketing companies, but we won't be able to sell it in 3. It would be unfair for the third company. Okay, guys, very good. Checking and rechecking is important. Yes, thank you guys for your feedback. Launch now. Let's move on. Will there be any penalty fines for validators? Penalty fines is something that you yourself have to be mindful of, because if you switch off your Dexnode, you won't get your commission. And what if during validation my Dexnode breaks down? Anything can break down, and if that apparatus which has been assigned the validation rights breaks down. If it is done in the first year since you buy it, then it's a warranty period and we'll repair it if it is our mistake. Although now we have been attested by ISO. That is why the quality that we offer to our clients is fully in line with the certificate. It's highly unlikely that it will happen because of our error or mistake. If you poured some boiling water on top of it or dropped it or something, of course, we'll help you with the repairment. We'll sell you a new Dex node. But while it's offline, your validation is not happening. You won't be getting your coins. When you'll get a new Dex node and activate it with the same key or through the Dex support, will reconnect it and reactivate it for you to the same slot. You won't lose it. Distribute same numbers to different marketing companies. At the moment, you click on the button pay with USDT and tokens, and then at whatever is the exchange rate on the exchange that will be there, it will be fixed for you for 15 minutes. If it will be growing or dropping, it's not going to affect your price. You'll have a fixed number of tokens to be bought within 15 minutes. If within 15 minutes you are not making the payment, then the exchange rate is updated for another 15 minutes time window. Now we have a dialogue about the cats. How long is the validation right going to last? What will happen to the 30,000 tokens in staking? Validation rights has been activated for the whole period of the existence of blockchain. For instance, it's going to operate for 300 or 500 years. For all this 500 years, you'll get your rewards for the services rendered in form of validation transactions. I'd like to prepare you for one thing. At the initial stage, the number of transactions might not be numerous. So it's not a situation when I buy myself a validation key now and start thinking how long it will take for me to get my money paid back, my investment returned. Look further into the future, because we will sell the validation right only once. I will tell you by secret that 3,000 validation nodes will be enough for us for another, I don't know, 10 or 15 years to process transactions at the speed of less than 1 second per second. So we'll sell 3,000 validation keys, and it's more likely that we are not going to sell more, maybe ever. If we realize that we have 1 million transactions per second and we cannot catch up and the throughput capacity is too narrow for us and we need to expand it, we need, I know, another 100 Dex nodes, maybe we'll add more validation keys, but it's highly unlikely because with just 3 Dex nodes, we can have almost 4,000 transactions per second, no problem. And it's already a record for all blockchains. Even if we look at, I know, Ethereum, they have less than 200 transactions per second. Already, we're quite strong vis-a-vis Ethereum. So try to imagine how strong should be our community and our blockchain. We must become #1 among all blockchains for sure, and maybe 10 times more strong than all other blockchains altogether, so that we would have to buy or sell any more activation keys. So as soon as you enter this story, you become one of the 3,000 holders of activation keys. Grab it, grab this opportunity. Try to imagine a situation with, say, Ethereum. If I'm not mistaken, they have about $2 billion made by validators per quarter. To become a validator of Ethereum, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. It's super expensive, and there are no guarantees that you are going to get your investment paid back or returned. What is happening with Ethereum? The conditions are highly unprofitable because as for Dexnet, it's the conditions are super easy to perform because we don't have millions of our community. That's why the price is so low. And the token costs 6 cents. 6 cents, yes, it is 6 times more than 1 cent when we were just listed on the market, but it's still nothing compared to our expectations and hopes. And one day or another, we're going to achieve these expectations because we are in a very strong position, and everything that tells us that we are going to a very high price of the token. I'm not going to mention our focus here because predictions can often not come true, but even 6 cents is nothing for the token. And now there is a great opportunity for you to stake 30,000 tokens, and try to imagine if there are 3,000 validator will have to put not 30,000 tokens, but maybe 100,000 tokens into staking. And the price of the token will no longer be, say, 6 cents, but 10 cents, 50 cents. And what if it is $1? Then you have to put $100,000 worth tokens into staking. Maybe now is the time to get it, to buy this validation key, to enjoy the fruits of your promptly made decision. How to understand that there are no more keys. You won't be able to buy it. That's how. If all the keys are sold out, you won't be able to buy any. At what exchange are you going to sell validation keys for Dex tokens? At the market exchange rate. We're going to start paying the commission for the validation keys as of December 15th. Is that right? Yes, December 15th. We have yet another idea. Okay, let's consider it as my fantasy now, or rather wishful thinking, and not as an official claim of the company that we're going to do that. But my personal wish, my personal fantasy goes so far as to think that the holders of Dexnet, of validation Dex nodes, would be helping us testing our testnet, and we'll start getting their coins, DMC coins, which is mined now by Huracan Tap. It will help you already see and feel what is the expected number of tokens that you collect through a certain number of transactions. But once again, whether we'll be able to implement it and deploy it before mainnet, maybe it won't make sense because we're going to transfer to mainnet in December, but I do have such an ambition, and it's quite possible that we'll implement it. Tell us, please, the tokens who are distributing, or is going, the tokens are going to be replaced by coins, or yes, now we are working with Dexnet tokens built on Binance Smart Chain. Next, we'll have a transition to our own blockchain. We'll launch our mother native coin. And on December 15th, we'll show you the ways through which you'll be able to either merge or exchange tokens to the coins. We'll show you the step-by-step instruction what you can do. In larger strokes, consider that in Huracan, you make, when you will be withdrawing to blockchain, not while you're tapping, but when you're tapping it and put it to blockchain. Consider that you're already withdrawing potentially token Dexnet there, because eventually it's going to be equalized to a single coin. It's just that we are migrating from blockchain Binance Smart Chain with big words of gratitude for the possibility to be there while we were creating our own blockchain, and then we'll fully have a full transition to our own blockchain. Michael is asking, are you going to sustain the DDoS attack? No problem at all. You'll be surprised, actually. Right at this moment, we are under DDoS attack, and no problem, our site is working properly, but somebody is wasting money to harm us. What about validation node? Is it going to create noise? No, there are no moving elements or the cooling system in the Dex node, so it's not going to create any noise. All the elements in the Dex node are motionless, so it's not going to create any noise. I see one question in English a bit higher. How many tokens are required to buy API key? I understand it's going to be sold for $1,200, right? $1,200 is the price of API key that you pay in Dexnet tokens at the exchange rate, of course. You need to buy Dex tokens for $1,200 at the exchange rate of that moment of time and pay for it. That's right. Thank you. If during the validation Dex node is plugged off and there is no power, will I keep my validation rights? Yes. The owner and the Dex node will have this right reserved to it forever. Even if you drop your Dex node and it breaks down, we'll transfer it to another Dex node. Some people are going to have fun next 24 hours. Yes, let's do it the right way. So when are we going to start the sale? It's going to be 8 p.m. Dubai time, tomorrow, 4th of September. Today we're going to sing the famous Shafutinsky song about this September 3rd, and tomorrow we're going to launch it. 8 p.m. Dubai time, 7 p.m. Kiev, Moscow time, and some guys from Kazakhstan were writing, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 9 p.m. Kazakh time. If I manage to become a validator, my Dex node becomes faulty. Yeah, I already answered that question. Please post the recording of this broadcast. We are recording it. Guys, now, as far as marketing companies, ask your marketing companies for all the instructions where to pay. I'm sure that everything is going to be quite user-friendly. Tomorrow, even before the sale starts, marketing companies will be able to do 3 live broadcasts with their companies to help everybody activate it. I see some off-subject question. Why tech work at DexSafe is taking so long? Because I cannot replenish my card. Okay, it's an off-subject matter, but it's important. Now we are preparing a full retrofitting of the whole architecture of the integration of our services with the marketing companies. In other words, we are going to have a different model of service integration to marketing company and a different model for the distribution of bonuses for the referral of our services within marketing companies. That's why now we are reconfiguring the architecture, and some of our services have been suspended, like DexSafe with the cards, for instance. If you're used to DexSafe and cards and want to keep using them, you can write to tech support, and the guys can help you manually to reactivate it or replenish your card. But we consciously took the time out to reintegrate our services into marketing companies a bit differently than before. Igor, can you please take a couple of questions? I have to switch off for a couple of seconds. I'm often asked about, frequently asked questions about validation penalties. When are you going to tell us about the exact rules for the work of validators? We're preparing these rules, and next Tuesday, because usually every Tuesday we're going to have our live broadcast, and we'll prepare it and we'll tell all the nuances and details. Please have some patience, and we'll tell you and show you everything. Next. Why can't I withdraw my token from DexSafe? Yes, that's an interesting case because everybody can. It's important to understand that minimum 50% from those tokens which you get from your Dex node must be put into staking. Other 50% are readily available to you. You can put it to any wallet or exchange where our token is listed, any Web20 standard wallet, and DexSafe, and they say that tech support ignores me. I would doubt it because our tech support is doing a great job. There was another question: is there a difference which wallet to send tokens from for the validation? Guys, there is no difference whatsoever. The thing is that it must be some external independent wallet. What do I mean? It means that you can accrue all those tokens in xt.com personal cabinet, where you can collect all of them in DexSafe, where you can take any other existing wallet, mention the smart contract address of our token, and collect all these tokens in a single wallet and activate transaction from there. It doesn't matter which wallet will be used for that. How soon do you think it will take to sell all keys? 1, 2 hours? Nobody can tell you that. I have expectations, but we'll see whether they will come true. But these are just our expectations. Okay, I see a question in Ukrainian. I will translate it because we have different working groups, language groups here. If you're transferring 30,000 or staking 30,000 tokens, do we need to add a commission, or it's going to take too long if you're staking 30,000 tokens? I don't really understand the question. If you want to add commission to do it faster, in DexSafe, there's a function to expedite the transaction in BEP20 standard. When you are transferring 20,000 tokens, you're paying a standard transaction for that, and it will be quick. If you want even quicker, in DexSafe, you can click on expedite the transaction, add a bit of commission, and the validators with greater pleasure will do your transaction then for higher commission. But there is no need now because BNB works super quick, 1-2 seconds, and you'll get your tokens. Alexey, Igor, okay, good compliments, thank you. My wife said, wait for it. If I transfer from DexSafe, is there some commission I have to pay? If you transfer from DexSafe, there are no commissions if you do it in Dexnet. You'll pay the commission in BNB coin. That is why, if on DexSafe you have, say, 5-10 cents of BNB, that's what will be used for the commission. Let companies get equal number of keys. That would be wrong and unfair because some companies connected to our business later, some of them have larger communities, others less numerous. Dex rate doesn't affect the validation. Other minimal parameters. The minimal parameters are the same as for Dex rate. Dex rate, in our case, is considered for the crediting of token. With the validation, it's a bit simpler. If your throughput capacity is the minimum required one for Dex rate, 15 megabits per second, for reception at least 5 megabits per second for transfer of data, that's enough. If more, greater. If less, then your Dex node might be deactivated, might fall out of the validation window. Okay, between us, if you'll have less than that, it's going to work, but still there is some threshold under which it's going to be disconnected. It doesn't mean that you'll lose your slot. It means that within this minutes or hours when you'll have bad internet connection, you won't get your commission. For 30,000 tokens, what will be the commission? Guys, commission doesn't depend on the number of tokens. You'll pay 2-3 cents maybe as the commission for 30,000 token transfer. I already mentioned the commission. I'm interested in the validator status and not the hardware, but it's interconnected. Without the hardware, you won't be able to become a validator. If I used already have some staking, can I add more tokens? No, the staking that you have is a different staking. We're talking about a different staking now. So we have to prepare a separate number of tokens for that. How are you going to synchronize marketing companies so they're not going to sell too many validation keys? There won't be too many. We issue 500 keys. That's it. Why such strict conditions, guys? Because strictness leads to discipline. We need discipline. We cannot go to become a unicorn company without being strict. And can I buy some backup DEX nodes tomorrow? Of course, you can buy backup and main DEX nodes tomorrow and the day after. These are unrelated things. What do I do if I buy the API key and didn't manage to activate it? That's the conundrum, guys, because digital products are not refundable. When you buy the license key for Windows Suite, you cannot get your money back for that. You can activate the window and say, I returned the key. It doesn't work like that. So if you have bought a key and didn't have time to activate it within 24 hours, it would be a super strange story. But because of some reason you didn't have time to activate it, then you still keep that key. You'll be able to activate it at the second batch. One will open up the sale of the second batch. You'll be able to activate it. You have already bought it. Basically, you'll be the first to buy it if you didn't manage to activate it in the first batch. Okay. What would be the average size of reward for validators? I know how to calculate, but the maximum number of validation keys that we'll have, I don't know. We'll do it by either December 15th or later. Maybe we'll have a story that by December 15th, we'll have sold, say, 2 blocks for 500 validation keys each. Or maybe one batch will be 500 validation keys. The next one will be 1,000. We're just testing the market now. We'll look at how technically we exist or sustain this 500 validation nodes. If we see that it's not enough, we'll open up new sale. But we take, say, a large scale option. Eventually, we have sold all 3,000 API keys. Doesn't matter throughout which period of time. 90% of all the commissions and transactions will be distributed among all 3,000 API key holders. For example, within one day, there were, say, 100,000 transactions or 1,000,000 transactions, and everyone who did these transactions paid the commission in Dexnet, say, $1,000. So this $1,000, 90% of it, that would be $900, are equally split among all 3,000 validators equally. And it's not accrued once a day or once a month, but instantaneously. Your DEX node participated in the processing of the transaction. It gets a small part of the commission. And this way, you'll be able to calculate some kind of income. Everything depends on how greatly the blockchain will grow, how many transactions it processes per minute, and that will predetermine the size of income of validators. And what about DEX rate? Is it important? No, DEX rate is not going to affect the validation. Well, it affects only the storage of data. Tell us, please, why cannot I enter the site Dexnet.1, Dex Freedom, even when through VPN? I know it's highly individual. There can be different solutions. Try to do it through tech support. It would be fair to split the keys equally between companies. We don't think it is fair. I already mentioned earlier why. Okay, Dex node can be disconnected and we cannot control if our power is on or off. Maybe at this moment in time, I'm not home. Guys, yes, that's true. It can happen. So please approach it very seriously. It's business. and it's business with big money investment. Ethereum validators, they make up to 2 billion, $1.7 billion. I might be wrong, of course. You per quarter. Try to imagine what kind of money we're talking about here. So it makes sense to approach it more seriously and buy a uninterrupted power supply for your DEX node. See, a few billions per quarter is for hundreds of thousands of validators. We'll have only 3,000 validators. Even if we approach half of the size of that transaction, that would be huge, huge resources. So we have our eyes on the prize here. Okay, I see some repeating questions. I'm not going to read them. How are you going to pay out the rewards to validators? Each transaction will credit to your cabinet in Dexnet.1. We'll have more functions added by December 15th. You will see all the functions and features available for your validation DEX node. You will see it online. You can already see validation transaction if you go to explore.dexnetchain.com. You will be able to see there in real time absolutely all transactions happening in the net. A similar story will be in your personal cabinet in Dexnet.1, where you'll be able to see each transaction. Will see which commission has been paid for that transaction. You'll understand which part of that commission will trickle to your account. Any further questions? Okay, guys, let's take a few more questions and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, if there are 30 DEX nodes, only one DEX node is activated. Yes, guys, you select in your personal cabinet Dexnet.1 which one of your DEX nodes will be appointed as a validation node. What about the security of blockchain? How secure it is? Yes, it is being attacked by DDoS attacks, but they fail. So it's quite secure. Tell me, please, why can't I enter my personal cabinet? Oksana, you're writing the same question twice already. How frequently keys are going to be sold? Alexander is asking. Alexander, so far we don't know. We are now selling 500 keys. There are a lot of variables as part of this equation, how frequently we're going to sell it. So first, we're going to concentrate on selling the first batch. Oksana keeps repeating the same question. Oksana wants to be heard. Oksana, please write it to the tech support. Your personal cabinet should be active. Try use another device with different Ethernet suite. It would be great to hear the difference between the current revenue of or return rate of DEX node and the validation node rewards. So on 15th of December, that's when we're going to launch our blockchain. It's hard to do this. I don't know. Nobody similar to answering a question, what will be, how many members of the Dexnet community will register? It depends. At 8 p.m. to activate the function of selling the keys. If marketing companies are going to organize webinars, then we'll have webinars. If not, then be ready that by 8 p.m. Dubai time, we'll activate the sale of API keys. Okay, I'll scroll it down to the end because I have 99 unread questions here. Adolf. Don't worry, on 15th of December, there will be the transitional blockchain. That's quite a name, Adolf. Will I be able to buy the key? Yes. With my cell phone, yes, you can buy it with a cell phone. In my Dex Freedom, I have 10,000 tokens, and I don't put them to Dex Safe. I think it is non-economical and unfair. You can go to Dex Freedom. There's nobody from Dex Freedom here. It's only me here. So but 30,000 tokens are going to be frozen for a period. What will happen to it? 30,000 tokens, you'll have it staked on some wallet. On the wallet, you will send it in Dexnet.1. It will be readily available to you. But you can withdraw it at any moment in time, but then you will lose your slot, validation slot. That is why you can keep it indefinitely for as long as you want to be a validator. If you want to withdraw it, you withdraw it. It's not frozen. It's not like staking, because in staking, it's not readily available for you. It's like staking, but without any interest rate for you to understand. I also saw a question, I don't know whether Alexey answered it before, the question whether they can use the tokens which are already in staking. Are they taken into account? No, those tokens that are already in staking, it's a separate story. Those tokens also generate some interest rate for you. That is why for validation, you'll need another batch of 30,000 tokens in the ready. Guys, I've scrolled down all the questions. If you have any hot, super relevant questions that you have no answers about, you can repeat some of the questions that I might have missed. The functionality has already been added in the marketing company. When will I know that I will be able to buy the validation kit? Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Dubai time. We are going to activate the sale. Tell me, please, how to become a validator if my Dex node is still traveling to me. What happens to the guys whose Android doesn't enter my personal cabinet? Okay, send such questions to the Dex support. Where to buy tokens on the xt.com or in DexSafe. Yes, somebody was asking a question. Yes, people keep writing the questions. Okay, let's take some more time. It's important, really. Let's do a bit of an AMA session. I see a question about validation. For example, I bought API key. I have staked 30,000 tokens. The native coins will be credited right away, can be withdrawn or sold, or are there any restrictions? The distribution is true for all validators. You can use these coins right away. It's your hard-earned money. Yes, Dexnet blockchain is based on ADM. That's right. That is why it will be very easy to migrate your tokens, which are also on ADM. Okay, if I put in 30,200 tokens, it will be an error. It should be exact. No, it won't be an error. You'll be credited for that, but that's a good question. Yes, you'll put in 30,200, your validation right will be recognized, but it's better not to do that because you'll want to get it back. You'll then have to find that transaction and explain that you had 200 extra coins. Well, we can try to arrange it for you, but it'll take more time for us to arrange it for you. Okay, I own 3 Dex nodes. Can I buy 3 validation keys? In theory, you can. For 30,000 tokens, do I need a separate wallet in DexSafe? No, you don't need a separate. From any other wallet, you can make the transfer. Somebody also asked the question about the validation. Are we going to get it credited in USDT on tokens? We're going to credit it in the native coin of the new blockchain. Consider that it's going to be in Dexnet token, but it's not going to be called Dexnet token, but Dexnet coin. But in fact, it will be like a token, but it will migrate from one blockchain to another blockchain. What about the tokens generated by the Dex node? Will it keep generating even if it's validating? Yes, it will keep generating. The tokens out of staking for Dexnet. The unstaked tokens can be used for validation. Yes, you can use unstaked tokens for validation. You can use the 50 tokens which are generated, 50% of tokens which are unstaked and generated by Dex node. Adolf is asking question, if I collect 1 billion DMC, it's not going to burn out? No, it's not going to burn out. But the important thing is try to withdraw it to blockchain. If you withdraw it in blockchain, nothing will happen to it. Nobody will steal it from you. While they're in Huracan, it's not blockchain. It's not even a coin yet. In Huracan, it's just game points. But as soon as you withdraw it to blockchain, it's super secure. If the Dex node is going to be activated in 1 week's time, can I buy validation rights to it? If it will still be on sale, you will. A question about validation. For instance, I bought API key. I have staked 30,000 tokens and the native coins, which are going to be credited right away. Will I be able to sell them right away? Well, there will be limitations right away. Whatever you get as a commission for validation is readily available to you. You can go and sell it right away if you're happy with the price. Can I sell more than 30,000? Will we sell more than 3,000 keys? Unlikely, but we can. 99.9% that we won't sell more than 30,000 keys. Anything can happen in life, of course. Maybe we'll put so much pressure on our blockchain that 3,000 Dex nodes won't manage it. I don't know how many millions of transactions it should be, but then we'll connect more validation nodes. Non-validating nodes, will they get Dexnet tokens on what blockchain? On new Dexnet blockchain, our blockchain. The question about validation, for instance, same question. If the Dex node breaks down, same question. Validation key, the same question. Okay, in what currency are you going to pay for it? In DMC, in Dexnet coin, on Dexnetchain. The payment for the key is exactly in the amount, or can I round it up? That's a question for the marketing companies. I'll round it up for a large amount, it's no problem. I know, you better approach marketing companies with that question. I own 2 Dex nodes and 1 validation key. If something happens with 1 Dex node, can the second replace the first one while it's being repaired? Yes, you can do it through the tech support. The reward through validation is going to be in USDT on Dexnet. I've answered it already. It's going to be in Dexnet. How do you feel, guys? I keep reading all the questions here. I feel great. That feeling of anticipation. In anticipation, because of some reason unknown, they decided to attack us by DDoS attack. Somebody enjoys such harmful actions. How many people in the Zoom? 412 now. One will be able to see the frozen exchange rate to buy the key in the marketing company. All the instructions will be issued to you tomorrow. So without the Dexnet, I won't be able to buy validation key. But I've paid for my Dexnet. You will be able to buy it. But another thing is that to activate that validation, for that, you need a Dex node. In other words, you can buy it now and connect it later. Now, keys will be more likely than less expensive than for the second batch. Maybe the same price, I don't know. It's too early to say. Accrual in form of rewards will be, again, same question, same. I've answered it before. Now, what about non-validation nodes? How are they going to get their rewards? I'm not going to read out loud all the questions because many of them are repetitions. A person cannot withdraw money from Huracan. Sometimes click on the button restart or reboot it, because many people haven't restarted it, and there are many updates in the game, and maybe you haven't restarted it. because we were testing it. Withdrawal works very well with a Hurricane tap. Another question, does it make sense to give higher speed to the Dex node, say 600 megabits per second? Yes, it makes sense. It's not going to affect the Dex rate, but you'll have high quality internet. Well, in fact, actually, maybe it doesn't make sense. If you have tariff and you have a Dex rate 1, then it's a waste of money. Even now, invoice is created. If it is true, okay, I skip it. And at the end, you can start the launch of validators. Non-validating DEX nodes, are they going to get the rewards in the future? Again, same question. Yes, they will get keep getting rewards on our blockchain. I cannot enter my personal profile in Dex Mobile by using Dexnet login and password. They tell me that it's wrong. The try marketing company login and password. How much will be for the transaction in your in-house blockchain? There will be 0.001105 coins. I might be wrong with zeros, but somewhere like this. For the withdrawal of tokens from Dexnet 1, it's at least 1,000. Are you planning to change it with the increase of the price of token? Yes, we're planning to do that. Why we set this limit, the minimum amount for the withdrawal? Because all the commissions for the withdrawal are paid by us as a company in BNB. As soon as we switch over to our own in-house blockchain, we'll be more liberal about that. We'll reduce the number of required tokens for withdrawal. Okay, after I said give us more questions, I see 71 more questions. Marketing for the sale of validation keys, will there be matching bonus and income from income? Yelena, and this is the question for a marketing company. In Dexnet, we don't have marketing plans. So all the marketing plans are organized by marketing companies. So the key will be available on Dex Freedom, right? Yes, there are 3 marketing companies. One of them is Dex Freedom. If I bought a validation for 30,000 tokens but haven't activated, no, you don't buy validation key for 30,000 tokens. No, that's additional. You need to put in staking. But I haven't activated the key, and the next validation price will be higher. Do I still get it at the old price? You get it at the old price. You have bought a validation key. There might be a different requirement for tokens for staking, but the price of you have bought your activation key, you own it. Are you planning to do online broadcast at the beginning of the sales? Maybe not. I'm not going to do it on I'm going to announce it on my channel, and Igor is going to make the announcement that it's on, it has started, and the official channel of Dexnet also. But please follow marketing companies' broadcasts, because guys are going to do more work with you. They will help you with the instructions and everything. Marketing companies are different cabinets or Dex Freedom? Guys, I don't even know how to answer your question. Of course, these are different cabinets of different companies. The exchange rate of DMC will be the same as Dexnet, or these are 2 different coins? No, they will be merged, same exchange rate. Can I start withdrawing tokens from Dex Freedom? Maybe yes. Dex Freedom told us that the withdrawal retention or delay is on the Dexnet side. Can you please tell me more about this? Okay, that's a good question. Dex Freedom told me that the withdrawal delay is the fault of Dexnet. Okay, you can try to write it to the tech support of Dexnet, get the answer. 1 more day for patience. All the tapped DMC points can be transferred to the wallet, yes, in DexSafe, we have integrated our DMC blockchain. You can also put your tapped points there. And you can do, you know what, you can use the seed phrase in the wallet, which is connected to Telegram, in order to import the same wallet to DexSafe. And then you'll synchronize the balance. You'll have same wallets there and there. You can create another one. You'll create more transactions in the network this way in Dexnetchain. That's what we need, actually. Everything works. We're testing. I don't know what it's about. The tap game works well. Okay, let's wrap it up. Yes, let's wrap it up. And a person called himself a speaker. Okay, with pleasure. I'm going to wrap it up. But as long as we have gathered here, I want you to leave getting all your questions answered. I wish the next batch of validation keys would not be high in price. I understand your wishes, guys. I'm with you. When will you have staking 2? A bit later, guys. If I have 2 DEX nodes, can I activate 2? Yes. DDoS is a frequent thing. Anything can happen, and often it can lead to nothing. In Dexnet, there is another opportunity to replenish the wallet. That replenishment is only for 30,000, or through replenishment, we can put coins to staking. Through replenishment, you can put tokens for staking. You can start, can I start withdrawing tokens from Freedom? Is it a question? Okay, guys, here now, we're talking about the validation and the company Dexnet. As far as the questions relate to marketing companies, approach them with your questions, okay? Why don't I get the card from the giveaway on Huracan? If you're talking about the ticket is sent out, but usually it takes about 2 minutes because the payment goes through the blockchain. And as soon as we get all the transactions, all the confirmations of the transactions after that, in Huracan tap, you see the ticket for the giveaway. So everything works, but not instantaneously. After making the payment, you have to take patience and use patience and wait for 2 minutes. If it didn't come after 2 minutes, go to tech support, will verify your payment. Yes, don't be shy, go to tech support, they will help you. Ludmila is asking another question, but I didn't understand it. My lower validation node, this top node will be super good. Well, if you put it into super good environment, it will be good. I'm sorry, but I didn't understand your question. Okay, words of thanks. Good. And the Huracan tickets are still $50? Yes, still $50. Are they going to increase in price? Until October 1st, they will stay $50. So throughout the whole September, you still can buy it for $50. I recommend doing that and buy a number of tickets right away. That will increase your chances. I've paid 50 USDT for the card, but I haven't received it into tap game. Enter it right now. And if you still don't have it, then tech support will help you with that. Again, if you haven't updated the bot for quite a while, please update it, restart the game. Maybe that's the problem. You need to click on the button start in the chat. Georg is asking a question. We decided to connect the partnership program to make it simpler with Dex Mobile. Architecturally, we have decided how to do this. Now we are developing the software for that. And Dex Mobile has highlighted the need to do that. Okay, thank you for your answer. Hello. So it turns out that tomorrow I can get the validation rights. Yes, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Dubai time, 7 p.m. Moscow time, 9 p.m. Kazakh time, if I'm not mistaken. We are launching validation key sale. Now, when I tap Huracan tap game, I lost 2 million points when I wanted to withdraw them to the wallet. Yes, guys, don't worry about that. First thing, these are gaming points. Second thing, we will return everything to you, maybe through some bonus. Once again, I remind you, these errors and bugs happened before we corrected them. Those guys who haven't updated or restarted the bot still have these errors. Try to restart it, because many times, even during meetings, guys claim that it doesn't work or something else. I restart it and everything works perfectly. Try to press on start, update the bot, everything will work perfectly. If it doesn't, then go to the tech support. Moving on. A joke, why beer is sold from 9 p.m. and not 7 p.m. Igor, what about Fix1 token? Is it going to transfer to Dexnet blockchain as well? Yes, of course, 100%. That will be the first token on the blockchain. We're already preparing contracts for that. 30,000 tokens is the insurance for validation. That's right. Can I resell my activation key? In theory, you can. Can I send my tokens from the exchange, from Dex1, and put them for 36-month staking? Yes, you can. If there are open slots for staking, you can do that. Thank you. Your marketing company who gave me a new boost for my life and a heart sign. Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure when we change people's life. What is the price of the key? 1,500 USDT if you pay in USDT, or 1,200, or equivalent of 1,200 USDT if you pay in DEX tokens. How many DEX notes have been sold so far? More than 3,000, like 3,200 maybe. Hello. So basically tomorrow I can get my validation. Okay. What will be the DMC for the new smart contract? Also 3 billion or more. No. 3 billion, same number, just like now with Dexnet token. Thank you, Alexey, for your questions. I'm going to get busy tomorrow. Thank you. Can we pass it to Android from the tap game? A bit later, I'll tell you if you're talking about transition or transferring points to the DexSafe for Android, then I will announce it a bit later. Can I sell API key? Yes, you can. If you find a buyer, you can sell it. Thank you for another great, cool meeting. I cannot enter DexSafe today. No, everything works fine. I just entered it before the webinar and everything worked fine. The right of to buy DEX notes first, it still belongs to those people who bought the first DEX notes. No, people who bought DEX notes have made many times more money than their first investment. So we are not connecting ourselves to the first 1,000 buyers. We of course respect you as our early adopters, but let's give more opportunity to others to participate in something interesting. Okay, what is the button of replenishment X1? What is the QR code for which currency? For staking, for USDT and Dexnet. And if you're transferring to USD to Dexnet.1, you can put it in staking, but don't confuse these two things. Staking, regular staking is one thing, but staking as the insurance for validator is a totally different staking. And what exchange can I buy Dexnet? On xt.com, on PancakeXSwap, and on IndexSafe. You can download our crypto wallet DexSafe and swap USDT for token Dexnet. Guys, there's a question. Can I bequeath my tokens? You can, Anatoly. We have been preparing a special function in the cloud, which will be copied for all our other services to bequeath your data to your progeny. If you are not active for a certain period of time, you can mention the inheritor, your heir who will inherit it. Thank you, Alexey and Igor, for the webinar. Basic. Alexey, do you have the validation key already? What do you mean by that? If you mean whether I personally own the validation rights, I have the company, I have blockchain, and Igor also, I have all you as our community, and I'm very happy about that. All validators. So for us, it's more important to sell validation keys to you so that you could make money, and that would make you happy and change your life for the better when you're going to pay more attention to Android. Well, keep it in mind. Thank you for your feedback. Accept it, criticism. 2 days have passed and I haven't received it yet. I know what you're talking about here. Can I sell API key? Again, it has been repeated 3 times already. xt.com doesn't open up. What do you mean it doesn't open up? Everything opens up easily. Try to do it through VPN, maybe. Maybe in your country, it's not available. I haven't received my Huracan ticket for 2 days. And tech support told me they're working on this. Don't worry, you will get it. I promise. Subscribe to the channel, read attentively. Thank you, Igor and Alexey. Thank you, Georgi. When are you going to activate Samsung and Google Pay? We have switched off this on both on Android and Apple. Thank you, Igor. I feel that you're from Odessa. Based on your humor, I've sent 100 USDT. I got 1 ticket, Huracan. 2 weeks have passed. I have updated. I sent 100 USDT, got only 1 ticket. Then you haven't received the second one. Okay, guys, as far as the tickets are concerned, all the transactions, we have them. We have their records. If you haven't gotten your ticket, you will get it. We're working on it. We know where that error is and why it happens sporadically and what devices. Usually it happens in the following way. We launch a new application. We have tested it on everything that we could put our hands on. Then we go to the market and people have a billion of different options of different phones and different operational systems, so even iOS. Some people have updated it, some they're unupdated versions, billions of different providers, and all works differently everywhere. And we collect different feedback. Okay, on that smartphone model, there's such and such error. We see what preceded that error with that cell phone model. As soon as we catch that error, we rectify it. And now with similar situations with that model, that error is not happening any longer. And because there are about 100,000 installations of Huracan Tap, that's true. Some might experience difficulties, but still we see all your transactions and you'll get all your tickets for all the money paid. Ludmila owns 7 nodes. That's why she was asking a question about the chocolate. Okay, then tomorrow I'll be able to buy the validation key. Come on, guys, you're torturing us. Thank you, Igor and Alexey. Fire sign to you. I've updated my Huracan many times. I still haven't received my ticket. Yes, guys, go to the tech support with that question, and the more descriptive data you provide with what cell phone you have, what kind of operational system it has, you can go to the settings of your phone and get a screenshot from there. The more data you send to us, that will help us to repeat that error. The greater is the chance that we'll rectify it soon. Yes, Alexey. Questions will keep coming. I guess we select 5 last questions, we'll answer them, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, 5 very last questions in the list. Okay, guys, stop writing more questions. Just stop. You can keep writing, but we'll read only the questions until the words of thank you for everything. Okay, now 5 questions. How many people connected to the Zoom now? 338. Dexnet.1 only withdraw button. How do I transfer to to DexSafe staking, how to transfer from DexSafe to staking. There is a button called deposit, Dexnet.1. Is there a button, deposit? Well, somebody's writing that there is a button. Mig is writing now how to do it now. I'm not prepared to answer this. If there is such a button there already, because they could have done it, could have updated it during the webinar, then you can do it. You can replenish it. If not, then wait until it appears. But it's important. Don't confuse things. Dexnet.1 to send for validation. You follow the instructions. Click the button next to the Dex note. You will see the key and where to send 30,000, so that you don't put it in staking for 36 months and you will then write to tech support that I wanted to use for different thing. Where's my validation right? These are different stakings. Okay, Anastasia is writing, hello, I have a question about Dexnet.1. On 5th of September, my first amount should be unblocked. How is it going to work? Very easily. It's going to be unblocked from staking. It will be available for you in Dexnet.1 when you click on withdraw. If you want to withdraw something from Dexnet.1, you'll be able to withdraw only first was not put in staking mandatorily and what is coming out from the staking. It is combined together. So basically more big amount will be available for withdrawal for you. Please answer the question, are you going to improve the blockchain? Or are you going to replace it with a more perfect blockchain in future? Now about the improvement of blockchain, of course, we're not sitting still and you can see it. As for the replacement with a totally new thing in future, well, as far as long-term future is concerned, then we'll discuss it. Now we are 100, even 110% happy with what we have now, because we have developed it in such a way that we are happy with that. Next, with time, something might change. So there might be some changes in the world, if you know what I mean. If we understand that we are lagging behind and some new technologies pop up, we'll convert to them. Like people are talking about yarn technology, not blockchain, but yarn technology. There is such a technology already, and many people start looking in that direction. Yes, it is more promising, but it's too raw to deploy real projects with that. Okay, and the daily bonuses, is there a repetition of the circle? Maybe that's a question about Huracan. As far as I know, there is no repetition of the circle, but we can think about it. Okay, guys, I suggest we wrap it up. We love everybody. Thank you for all your questions. Also, thank you for your criticism and the ones with the wry humor there, because wry humor is the manifestation of high intellect. So thank you guys for your support. I would like to thank everybody for everything. Thank you for going the distance with us. Alexey, thank you for your patience. We've been here for almost 2 hours answering questions. And sometimes I find it interesting to listen to the answers, although I seemingly know everything, but it's always interesting to listen to the answers. I would like to thank everybody. And guys, let us get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be hot. Tomorrow is the beginning of the sale. And I'm sure you'll be ready for tomorrow. And we'll start it tomorrow because it makes sense to do it. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening. See you next Tuesday. Okay. Thank you, guys. I thank the interpreter, Nikolai, for working for the English speakers. And I thank all the organizers and moderators. Enjoy the rest of the day. Have a good night's sleep. Be as stress-free as possible. You can make it. Who needs it? You'll do it tomorrow. If you don't make it tomorrow, you'll make it next time for the next batch. It'll work as a song. Usually, that's how it works in our life. Hugs and kisses to all of you. Enjoy this Tuesday. Bye-bye.